Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Let's Go Sportsball Podcast. I'm your host, Owen, with Ron, and
That doesn't have much of an echo as it used to do.
well, I mean, we are kind of in like a confined space.
I know, but
So first things first, I got a new mic cord, so I can finally talk
Use
to
your
my
own.
mic. Let's go, baby.
you can finally use your own this time.
Yep. As you can see, we are currently in some camping chairs.
We tried to fix the lighting a little bit for y'all, considering
I think
that
it works. I think it does work.
Considering-
Also, he has the smaller one because, it's Ohio State. I guess it's symbolic of how they're always the little brother when it comes to the game. Except for this year, I'm kidding. So, it's been a pretty eventful week. The championship games for college football are officially over. We'll get to that.
You don't want me to get to that.
Did you sent me a snap of you screaming and getting pissy because all I did was send this man a picture of Fernando Mendoza sounding like a 12-year-old trying to sound tough with all those voice cracks in his post-game interview. I just said LOL, and this man had like a George Pickens level crash out. It was hilarious. So, but let's get started with our national pastime, and that is baseball.
So, first one that I have is first commitment, and this one is a commitment flip. Class of 2027 right-handed pitcher Quinn Fitzpatrick has flipped his commitment from Tennessee to LSU.
Ooh, wow.
That'd be a
LSU
good
is
move.
building themselves up a bit here.
The 6'2", 285-pound right-hand pitcher is ranked as the number 3 right-handed pitcher in the country. Y'all.
Don't remind me. Don't remind me.
Hey, who knows? He might help out, but
Yeah. So
into MLB.
Into the MLB. First things first. World Series hero Miguel Rojas is in agreement to re-sign with the Dodgers on a 1-year deal for what Rojas previously said will be the final season of his career. Reports say that it is a $5.5 million deal. So, I mean, he was a beast in that World Series last year, and LA, if they want to try to go for a three-peat here, they're gonna need him.
Yep.
At his best. So
I got some MLB rumors. The first one I've got.
I think we talked about that.
Maybe.
Wait, let me see.
I don't think we did.
We did not.
That's what I thought.
Still cat hair up here, I think. That's why I'm always getting all sneezy.
No,
I will live through it.
I can't help out with that.
Live through it for the people.
I can't help out with that as much. MLB rumors: the Giants are not expected to make a 9-year figure deal for Tatsuya Imai.
Oh.
The Giants aren't anticipating making a 9-figure deal for Tatsuya Imai or any other pitcher on the market this offseason. So
Wow.
that means any pitcher, they're not doing a 9-figure.
That's a risky move.
It is.
They need to get better, and that's, I don't know.
Yeah.
So in other news, I think this will help a certain team out pretty well.
Hopefully.
So Cedric Mullins has agreed to a 1-year deal with your Tampa Bay Rays. So I'm not really familiar with Cedric Mullins. How is he? Is he good?
He's a pretty good player. It should help out with Tampa Bay, considering that they need more hitting balance on their team, I would say. And then it would just have to go from there to see how they do and what specifically where else they need to look into as well.
Yeah, because they have some solid pieces like Junior Caminero has been. He's looking like a legit superstar right now, especially after he replaced. I'm not gonna say his name, but rot in hell, buddy. So and now that they're getting a new owner who wants to keep them in Tampa Bay. Let's move the camera down a little bit. Yeah, there we go. And so they're going to be going back to the Trop soon because repairs are underway. But because I think they're almost done. So we won't have to be the Arizona Coyotes for a little while. So I'm happy with that. But yeah, so I'm excited to see what the future holds because I mean, we've been to 2 World Series. We can stand to win one.
Hopefully.
Please, I need it for my mental health.
Another MLB rumor that I have is Diamondbacks are open to moving Ketel Marte for a high price and with an emphasis on SP.
Wow.
I guess starting pitcher. The Diamondbacks are willing to move second baseman Ketel Marte, but for a high price. Arizona has an emphasis on major league starting pitching in return for Marte. Do you think he will get? Do you think Martel will get traded?
I mean, it's possible. I mean, he's been a fantastic player for Arizona, but even the best players do end up kind of getting tired of their teams when they're not good. Because Arizona was not great this past year, no. So he's probably gonna want out. So we'll have to see though, because I'm sure he'll want to stay. But again, it's one of those things where we'll have to see. In other news, the Cincinnati Reds have serious interest in signing Kyle Schwarber of the Philadelphia Phillies.
How funny. The Mets are also interested in Kyle Schwarber.
Hey, we are in the sweepstakes, baby. According to this, whether or not they can pull off such an upset is another matter entirely. So it's possible. So I don't know if he would go to Cincinnati, but I do think there is a possibility. They just need to scrape that money together. Maybe move some pieces, and stuff like that. So we will have to see.
And hopefully it will help them out quite a bit. The New York Mets, staying on the Mets, are talking about them as well. The Mets are signing Devin Williams to a 3-year deal. I don't have any specific on what the monetary value is on that one.
The San Diego Padres have aggressively shopped infielder Jake Cronenworth this offseason per Bob Nightingale. So that's a very interesting. That's pretty interesting in my opinion.
Could be a very interesting move.
Yeah, because I mean the Padres are kind of mid, honestly.
Yeah.
They had this all-in push, and then they immediately died because Chicago happened. Wait, they lost to Chicago?
No.
Hold on.
I don't think they lost to Chicago. Pretty sure they lost to a different team, but I can't remember who it was.
No, it was Chicago.
Was it Chicago?
It was Chicago.
Oh yeah, that's right, because they got screwed over on something.
That was crazy. Oh
yeah. In other news, Ryan Weiss is signing a 1-year, $2.6 million deal with an option for 2027 with the Houston Astros. Ryan Weiss had a 3.16 ERA, earned run average, and with 305 strikeouts and 270 and a third innings over his last 2 years with the Hanwha Eagles in the Korean baseball organization.
Wow.
I'm surprised I said that correctly. At least I hope I said it correctly.
Wait, let me see.
Hanwha.
Yeah, I just want to...
I think it's Hanwha.
Yeah, that looks right.
Yay, I got one right.
Proud of you. Look at you go. Right. That was rude. So, in other news, the Los Angeles Angels
of Anaheim
have signed Alek Manoah to a 1-year, $1.95 million deal. Manoah was once a Cy Young Award finalist and a very vocal competitor for the Blue Jays before a major fall-off and arm surgery. So, I don't know if this was the right move, but we will have to see. Because, the Angels kind of suck.
Yeah. Speaking of sucking, pause.
Okay, buddy. Damn it, Ron. Children probably watch this. My dad watches this. My mother probably watches this show. How dare you?
Let me rephrase that. Okay, can I...
Shame.
Speaking of sucking teams or sucky teams.
Just give up, dude.
The Rockies are hiring Josh Burns as their new general manager. Burns has previously been the GM for the Padres and the Diamondbacks, and has been with the Dodgers as their senior vice president of baseball operations since 2014. Hopefully, he can bring a turnaround to the Colorado Rockies.
Yeah, they've been a disaster, and I mean, well, we will have to see. I don't know. I don't know if you've had any previous experience in the MLB, but who knows? The last thing that I have is that Jeff Kent is going to the Baseball Hall of Fame. He's heading to Cooperstown. Jeff Kent played for the New York Mets, the Toronto Blue Jays, the Houston Astros, I think is what that logo is. Yes. The Los Angeles Dodgers of Los Angeles, the San Francisco Giants, and the Cleveland Indians.
Your Cleveland Indians.
The Cleveland Indians.
Whatever.
It's my thing. It's my thing I want to call them. Like how I call the Washington Commanders the Washington Commanders Skins football team. Big name.
I've got quite a bit of stuff still remaining for me. Not a lot, but still quite.
Yeah, let's run this through.
The Blue Jays are signing right-handed pitcher Cody Ponce to a 3-year, $30 million contract. The righty returns to the majors after an MVP winning season in the Korean Baseball Organization. He did formerly play for the Pittsburgh Pirates. The White Sox are signing Anthony Kay to a 2-year, $12 million deal. Kay had a 1.7 ERA in 155 innings pitched last season with the Yokohama Dana Bay Stars in the NPB. I don't know what the NPB stands for. I guess I'll figure it out. Bless you. The Chicago Cubs have signed Scott Kingery to a minor league contract. The utility player has a .263 batting average along with 316 RBIs throughout his minor league career. Contract includes an invitation to the Major League Spring Training, so he might move up a lot quicker in the rankings. Emilio Pagan is signing a 2-year deal, $20 million deal with the Cincinnati Reds. Poor man. There has been a couple of trades actually, that I have here. The Boston Red Sox and Pittsburgh Pirates have made a trade. Boston will receive right-handed pitcher Johan Oviedo, left-handed pitcher Tyler Sabinago, and catcher Adonis Guzman. Pittsburgh receives outfielder Justins. I'm not even gonna say it. A guy that has a name that starts with J, and Jay Garcia, and they also get who is the Boston number 3 prospect, and a right-handed pitcher Jesus Travieso. I probably butchered that. Another trade that has happened was with the Washington Nationals and the Seattle Mariners. Washington receives catcher Harry Ford, Mariners number 4 prospect, and the right-handed pitcher Isaac Lyon. Seattle receives the left-handed pitcher Jose Ferreira. I don't know.
Are you having a stroke?
No.
Okay. Do you want me to call somebody?
No.
Wee-woo.
The Mike Soroka agrees to a 1-year deal with the Diamondbacks. He is a Calgary native and has agreed to a 1-year deal with the Arizona Diamondbacks, which is, I think it could help out a little bit with them. And his deal is a 1-year, $7.5 million is what he's signing with. And that's all that I've got for baseball.
All right, so moving on to basketball. So getting things started here, some pretty big. So probably one of the biggest pieces of news that I had from this past week is that the Los Angeles Clippers are parting ways with Chris Paul, and the team will work with him on the next step of his career.
That's just ridiculous. He announces his retirement and then they release him literally like I think it was like a day later. And I don't understand. Let him spend the last year there. If you didn't want him, why did you even try to get him and keep him in there? But that's just me. I can't really get mad about that. So I do have a retirement. Now it might not be a very known name, but I kind of recognize his name. Danilo Gallinari. I think it's how you say his name. Danilo Gallinari.
Gallinari, yeah.
Has retired from basketball after 20 professional seasons, including 16 in the NBA.
Wow.
Gallinari, the number 6 pick in the 2008 draft out of Italy, played 777 career NBA regular season games.
Wow.
Pretty big. Giannis Antetokounmpo and his agent have started conversations with the Milwaukee Bucks about the two-time NBA MVP's future and discussing whether his best fit is staying with the Milwaukee Bucks or elsewhere. I did see he came out saying that he doesn't. I can't remember if he said he didn't plan on leaving or he was saying that those weren't true.
Well, there's been a lot of stuff going about Giannis recently because that's been a huge point of contention because recently he ended up he basically purged all of his accounts on social media of his I think it was specifically Instagram. He basically purged all of his Bucks stuff from there. So
yeah.
It's been a lot of people are theorizing that this is basically his way of saying, I'm done. I don't want to play for y'all anymore. So that is huge. I think it's very telling because, he's been growing very frustrated with Milwaukee lately. And, there are a lot of potential suitors. One team that I heard the Cavs were looking in on him. But I don't know about that because, yes, the Cavs have been a bit rough. Yes, guys like Mobley and Garland haven't really been themselves, but even Hunter's been a bit iffy, but it's still pretty early in the seation,
So it's still early in the season. There's still time.
Yeah.
But even if the Cavs did try to trade for, trade for Giannis, that's going to be a hefty price, and we're going to have to lose some great players.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's we'd have at the very least we'd have to give up one of our starting guys like Mobley or Garland and stuff like that.
They would probably give up Mobley more than anything instead of Jared Allen because they would probably use Giannis at the center spot. So
yeah. Speaking of Giannis, San Antonio Spurs are expected to aggressively pursue Giannis in a trade with Milwaukee to pair him with Victor Wembanyama, and I think. I think this is actually I think it's a great idea, honestly.
That's a little scary
because the Spurs haven't been that bad if I look at the standings again.
Yeah.
Because I don't know there it is. So, can you shut up, Train? I am trying to speak to the people. So the Spurs are currently 5th in the West, so not too bad. They're doing pretty good, I'd say. But so I think them getting Giannis could be the piece that pushes them over the edge because Wembanyama's great, Wemby's great, and then and they have some good pieces there, but I think getting Giannis would be pairing him with that enormous dude would be insane, man.
Oh yeah, it would. Phoenix Suns star Devin Booker has sustained a right groin strain, and he will be reevaluated in a week. I have not seen anything specifically on that or anything else. For best case for Devin Booker and the Suns, who are a surprise 13-9, and in the West playoff picture so far this season. But at least, I think what they're saying is at least it's not anything more major to where he is out a lot. He's not out for a long time, but we don't know yet. So,
yeah.
Another one, New Orleans Pelicans star Zion Williamson will miss at least 3 weeks with a right abductor injury. That one may hurt New Orleans quite a bit. So,
yeah. In other pretty big news, Kawhi Leonard has officially requested a trade from the Los Angeles Clippers. The superstar forward has grown frustrated with the franchise's direction and no longer believes the team is built to contend. According to an NBA insider, Kawhi Leonard's agent, Mitch Frankel, said that Kawhi submitted his trade request a week before the Clippers waived Chris Paul, signaling deeper issues behind the scenes. Leonard has also made it clear he wants to be moved before January, setting a tight deadline that puts massive pressure in the front office. I think this is, it's all very big and very telling to the Clippers, because the Clippers haven't been good at all. But one thing that I've been hearing that could be making a move on him are the Miami Heat. I think the Heat, like, getting Kawhi would be a pretty interesting. That would be a pretty interesting move. According to Yahoo Sports, Miami does have the money to make a potential Leonard trade work, and they have all their first round picks from 2028 to 2032. Currently, the Miami Heat are 6th in the East.
Yeah.
So I could honestly see them making because it's kind of like Miami, because they have some solid pieces there, like Tyler Hero, and I think pairing Kawhi Leonard up with guys like him would work out pretty well for them. And overall, do I think that's gonna make them championship contenders? You can argue yes or no. I don't think it would, but crazier things have happened. So yeah, we will have to see.
Now the final one that I have is Orlando Magic star Franz Wagner has sustained a high left ankle sprain. I did see the video on that.
Please don't show me.
No, I don't have it on here, but
Yay.
I've seen it, and just Lord have mercy, I feel bad for him. Typically, an injury like this has a time frame of about 2 to 4 weeks. Overall, tremendous results after his MRI today showed no structural damage on Wagner's left leg. And the reason I'm saying Wagner is because that's how you say his last name.
Really? I didn't know.
Well, it's spelt with a W.
Yeah, no, I picked. Because I saw that and I was like, I don't know who that is, so I don't know. But anyway, so the last thing that I have is, honestly, speaking of the Heat, by the way, because we were talking about them a second ago, another player that could potentially be going there is Mr. Fine in the West himself, Ja Morant.
I don't see that happening.
The Miami Heat discussed a potential trade with the Grizzlies for Morant, and honestly, I do kind of see why they would be, because Morant's been having a pretty bad season with the Grizz. He hasn't been great, and but like I said, Miami, they could use some newer pieces, but I don't know if them trying to go after Ja Morant with his reputation, and and I mean, don't get me wrong, when he's good, he's a very good basketball player. But but like I said, he's been having a rough season, and there's that off court stuff that you got to worry about.
Yeah.
Since he really thinks that he's that guy, and he played a bit too much GTA when he was a kid, but whatever.
Yeah.
So that all you had for?
Yeah, that's all
right.
I had for basketball.
So moving on to the best sport in the world, hockey, baby. Okay, shut up. So, getting things started with hockey, 2 things that break my heart and make me want to bury my face inside of a paper shredder. First and foremost, actually, one thing that breaks my heart makes me want to stuff my face in a paper shredder. The other one makes me happy and not want to do that. The Lightning have placed their star goaltender, Andrei Vasilevskiy, on injured reserve. Give me just... Kill me. So, this sucks, because Vasi... He was back, man. He was doing such a good job, and now he's injured again. Damn it. I mean, JoJo's been doing good recently, but I prefer having Vasi. So my heart's broken. But the thing that I do like, that I do enjoy, is your Tampa Bay Lightning have re-signed Ryan McDonough to a 3-year, $4.1 million AAV. So I like this signing. All right, getting Max Trucks back, it's been great. He's been a pretty damn good defenseman since coming to Tampa, and now that he's back, he's been pretty good. And while he is, he is kind of on the wrong side of 30. He's still playing pretty competent hockey, and honestly, I personally love McDonough. Do I think that getting him for 4.1 while our cap is kind of iffy? I don't know if that was the best idea to give him that much, but at the same time, you gotta pay your man, and McDonough, he's been a great player, a great leader. So I like this trade. I like this signing. I like this signing a lot. I will take it any day of the week. Please to God also give Dastu all the money in the world, because he is in fact him. And also please win. I'm tired of us losing now because we've lost like 3 games. How do we lose to the freaking Islanders twice? How? That's why I want to shove my face in a paper shredder. Continue.
Okay. So for the Dallas Stars, Tyler...
Salad. Bars. Salad. Bar. Okay, I'm
chill. Tyler Seguin is...
Sagan.
Sagan.
You lost your streak, Ron.
I swear, I thought his name was Seguin.
You probably heard like the Olympics announcer going like number 91, Tyler Seguin, but no, it's Tyler Sagan.
Okay, Tyler Sagan is expected to miss the rest of the season with an ACL injury. I don't know specifically when he suffered it. It looks like it was about.
It was during Tuesday's game against the Rangers, like last Tuesday. But yeah, I mean that's gonna suck, because I mean, like, he isn't the best player on the Stars. That honor obviously goes to the one and only Casey DeSmith. I'm kidding. But I mean, that sucks, and especially because this man gets injured like literally every year. It feels like he's always getting injured, but he's a pretty good player. So
I wouldn't be surprised if he does announce his retirement at some point. I mean, he hasn't been in there for a while, but he's got to look at the longevity. I mean, if he keeps getting injured. I mean, look at Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck was like barely into his season, and he retired, about a few years in because of concussions?
I have to see how old this guy is, because I actually don't know. Because I know he was selected 2nd overall in, like, I don't know. I don't remember what exact draft it was, but it was, let me see. Where is the thing? So he was selected 2nd overall in 2010. He's 33, and yeah, he's been injured the past few years. I
mean, it kind of stinks. I mean, I hate to see him get injured.
Yeah,
but he's got, like I said, he's got to look at the longevity of stuff.
Yeah,
because if he keeps messing up, who knows? It could be a lot worse, and it could. I'm not saying it's going to be a lot worse.
Yeah,
but it could be a lot worse, and he could end up in serious, like, it could end his career, or anything could happen really.
Yeah,
with it,
I mean, like, back in his heyday, the man was a superstar. I mean,
yeah.
But nowadays he's good, but he's not like headlining as much.
Could be better.
I mean, he isn't like trash, but
yeah.
So continuing onwards, I got some big news from Vancouver. So. According to Jim Rutherford's cryptic, so this is Jim Rutherford's cryptic answer on Quinn Hughes' Canucks future. He said, and I quote, "I believe Quinn and his agent are aware of the direction we want to go, and they're aware of the direction that they want to go. Everybody wants to play on a winning team, but there's different reasons why people make decisions. So in other words, they're getting tired of it. I mean, I would be too, because I mean, Vancouver sucks, and even as of this current recording, they are at the absolute bottom of the Pacific. League-wide, they are they're 31st, only being out by Nashville. They're currently being beat out by them, and it's still kind of close. But yeah, so I'm still predicting a Devils trade, man. I don't know what to say. Like, even people in the comments are basically saying, yeah, he's definitely going there, and there are a lot of comments with like gifs of Jack Hughes and Luke Hughes. One person suggested that they trade him for Dougie Hamilton, Dawson Mercer, and a first and a second for Quinn. I mean, I can kind of see that because like Hamilton isn't bad, but like he's a solid defenseman. But you know, Quinn Hughes, he's regarded as one of the best defensemen in the entire world, and like as of right now, and you know he would be. You know, it's again, man. You want to get him with the brothers, man. We got to see the Hughes brothers connection, even though it's going to be hell on earth for an announcer 9 times out of 10. But we'll have to see.
Hughes shoots. Hughes assists to Hughes.
It's literally going to be Slapshot. It's going to be that scene in Slapshot where they're like, there goes Hanson into the corner. I think it's Jeff. No, it's Jack. 17. I'm gonna have to check that back later. And now here's Hanson. Is that Jeff? No, that's Jim? No, that's Jack. Then Hanson, over to Hanson. It's just gonna be a nightmare.
Oh yeah.
And I'm the dumbass that wants to be a sports announcer.
Yeah, have fun with that one.
It just reminds me of when there was like that Canucks game, and he was like, so tonight we have Elias Pettersson, and then we have Marcus Pettersson, and then we have Elias Pettersson. Oh my Jack, Godspeed, shorty. But anyway, so all of my insane rambling aside, and speaking of players that are getting tired, NHL insider Elliot Friedman had this to say about the Oilers' goaltending situation with Stuart Skinner after the Tuesday's 8-3 Dallas destruction. Interesting choice of words there. The Oilers have no choice but to ask themselves if it's time to trade Stuart Skinner for their benefit and his. It was the right time to trade him during the offseason after he basically sucked throughout the finals. What are you talking about? Of course it's the right time to get rid of him. Like, I don't mean any disrespect to Stuart Skinner. When he's really good, he's really good. But he's Mike Smith, but he's basically Mike Smith, but constantly crap. So I don't know why they keep trying to be like, no, we'll get there. Like, I mean, it's all like as of this recording, it is December 8th, all right? It's getting close to Christmas, so they better get that. So he's got to get his game together, but at this point, I'm losing my confidence in thinking he's going to get his game back. And so are all the players, because we said this last week where they basically said, according to Martin Baron, I feel like the room has lost the belief that Stuart Skinner can be the solution. He's not. They need to try to find a new goaltender, and fast.
Oh, yeah. Excuse me.
You're good.
Unfortunately for the Mammoth, they announced that Logan Cooley will be out indefinitely with a lower body injury. And by the way that you reacted to that, something tells me that you probably saw that.
No, it's just that really sucks for them because you know he's a fantastic player. You know he's really good, and the Mammoth need him, especially with how frustratingly inconsistent they are. In other news, the Montreal Canadiens and the Winnipeg Jets are going to be playing in the 2026 Heritage Classic. Now, if you don't know what the Heritage Classic is, it's basically the same as the Stadium Series and the Winter Classic. It's a game that is played outdoors. And they're going to be playing at Princess Auto Stadium in Winnipeg, Manitoba. So that'll be pretty good, you know. I'm pretty sure they only do Canadian teams in Heritage Classics. I believe that's what it is. So, you know, that'll be cool. That'll be real cool.
There you go.
In other news, the Los Angeles Kings of Los Angeles have had advanced discussions with Peter DeBoer.
Huh?
DeBoer fired after the 2024-2025 season by the Salad Bars. I mean the Dallas Stars. Is content where he is at the moment, and a deal with Los Angeles would seemingly need to be substantial for DeBoer to sign on with the Kings. I'll be honest, I do kind of understand why they want this because DeBoer is a pretty solid coach in the short term, but long term, just ask how just go ask Dallas, Vegas, and San Jose fans how they feel, and you'll get a pretty decent understanding. Additionally, Patrick Kane has recorded his 359th career multi-point game and has passed Mike Modano for most by a U.S.-born player in NHL history. So and also I think I heard that he's about to break the that he's getting close to breaking the record for either most goals scored by an American or most points. I will have to check that again at some point, but I mean, Patrick Kane, he's about to be we could see him become the greatest American hockey player of all time, besides Jake Gensel. All right, and so now moving on to football, we got heck of a lot of stuff, so let's get started.
I was going to say, I'm going to go through a lot of coaching stuff as well as some commitments and commitment flips.
I got some of those too.
So, first one that I have here is Oregon's offensive coordinator. Lord have mercy, what's going on with me? Will Stein is expected to be the next coach at Kentucky. Poor man. As the sides are in talks and deal is expected, Stein is one of the country's top young play callers and coached even Bo Nix, Dylan Gabriel, and Dante Moore while in Eugene. He's a Kentucky native who played football at Louisville. He's expected to call plays for Oregon during the college football playoffs. Another coaching is UCLA is expected to hire James Madison's head coach Bob Chesney? Yes, Chesney. Chesney is 20-5 with the Dukes, including an 11-1 mark this season, and I will explain something about that a little bit later on because we do have the updated the final playoff rankings as well as the bracket.
I also have one thing to say about coaching. Your Tennessee Volunteers have fired defensive coordinator Tim Banks.
That ain't gonna help.
Are you kidding me? Tim Banks has not been good.
Y'all need. First off, y'all don't need the defense. It wasn't that good, but the offensive line was worse than the defense.
Hey man, look, two things can be true at the same time. Yes, Tennessee's O-line was pretty rough, but God, their defense has been really bad. I mean, look at how they were getting burned by teams like Vandy and Oklahoma and Bama and all those guys. I mean, yes, they're all pretty good teams, but yeah, it was rough. So,
yep,
there is that. But yeah, I'm hoping Tennessee will be able to get a better defensive coordinator because, and I've heard fans be like, oh no, what if it's all Josh Heupel? It's not. Even you, as an Ohio State fan, can say Heupel's a good coach. It's not his fault that a lot of the time his team's been kind of crappy. He's been doing a really good job.
Yeah. It just depends on who the players are or who the coaches are and everything. Going back to the James Madison head coaching position and everything, Billy Napier is I believe he did finalize a 5-year deal to become the next head coach at James Madison. I'm going to laugh if he absolutely knocks it out of the ballpark. Hey, buddy, I wouldn't be laughing.
Oh, my God.
I wouldn't be laughing.
Either.
Because at least James Madison knows how to get a good coach.
At least, dude, it's either James Madison absolutely tanks or Florida looks bad. I am fine with it.
I say Florida looks bad more than anything.
Of course they do. They're freaking Florida.
Yep.
Sorry, Dad.
And you got the one that I was gonna cover later on. You son of a gun.
Hey, you can cover it. You can cover it.
I'll give me a minute. The one that I have is that I was gonna cover next is we are going to have our first college football game ever played in Brazil. North Carolina State and Virginia are set to make history next year.
Nice.
They will make history on August 29th, 2026, when they face each other in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, in the first college football game ever played in South America.
That's really cool.
That is something huge. Now, let me make sure. Oh, here's one. Nebraska has fired their offensive line coach Donovan Raiola, Matt Rule announced. He is the uncle of starting QB Dylan Raiola and brother of former Nebraska offensive offensive lineman, Dominic Raiola.
Hey, the Raiolas rule Nebraska.
Apparently, let's see. That's related. Is there any? Georgia Tech coach Brent Key has agreed to a new 5-year deal at the school that runs through 2030 and includes a significant raise in salary. The deal has been in the works for weeks and is pending formal approval from the GTAA Board of Trustees. He went 27-19 at his alma mater and went 9-3 this year, getting Tech as high as number 7 in the AP poll. This marks the first time in a decade that Tech has reached 3 straight bowl games. And the last one I am going to cover, because it really makes me so mad. It makes me so mad. Ohio State's offensive coordinator, Brian Hartline, is expected to become the next coach at South Florida. He's OSU's play caller and built a reputation as the country's top developer of wide receivers.
Yes.
Doesn't mean anything.
Yes.
Doesn't mean anything because
South Florida rise up. Yes. Anyway.
Good luck.
I also have Penn State has hired Iowa State head coach Matt Campbell.
Yes.
Be their next head coach.
That's a huge move.
We are still crap. We are still crap.
So moving on to commitments and commitment flips. So anything, there's just a whole bunch going on. First off, the number 1 QB in the 2025 class, or the 26 class, Jared Curtis, is flipping his commitment from Georgia to Vanderbilt.
Wow.
So this was announced. However, he did come out later saying that the media released it before he could even tell his family or talk to even the coaching staff.
That's kind of funny, honestly.
It is, but I was going to say it is funny, but at the same time, that's not right. It is not right. Let him do it.
Yeah.
Tell his family personally. Don't let his family find out a different way.
Yeah. In other news, one thing that I really like is that 4-star edge rusher Jordan Carter has committed to your Tennessee Volunteers. The 6'3", 255-pound edge rusher from Douglasville, Georgia, is ranked the number 23 edge rusher and the number 212th overall player in the 2026 class, according to Rivals Industry Rankings. Carter picked Texas, Georgia Tech, and Auburn over. He picked Tennessee over them. Also, another commitment that I'm loving. Tennessee's been cooking, man. 4-star defensive lineman J.J. Finch has flipped his commitment from Alabama to Tennessee.
That's huge.
You know who else is huge? This freaking guy, because he's 6'3", 275 pounds of pure defensive lining. It didn't work. And he is the number 30 defensive lineman in the 2026 class. And even better news, 4-star edge rusher Carter Gooden has also flipped his commitment from UCLA to Tennessee. What the heck is going on? Tennessee is cooking, and they are cooking some really, really good food. And I have to cook when I get home because I really like making pasta. Man, I could really go for some garlic bread right now. But yeah, so he is the number 13 edge rusher and number 90 overall player in the 2026 class. And the Vols have signed 3 total 5-star commitments in quarterback Faison Brandon, wide receiver Tristan Keys, and offensive tackle Gabriel Ascenda. This 2026 class is crazy, and it only keeps going. Oh my God,
buddy,
it's gonna be great. Please let this get. Please, I need this hope. Let me guess. My hope's gonna get ripped out of my heart and shoved into a paper shredder.
Well, let's find out. 4-star safety Caden Gebhardt has flipped his commitment to Ohio State. I don't know.
You said that wrong.
It's Gebhardt.
No.
It's the Ohio State.
There you go. See, that's your thing. You have to say it.
He is the 6'2", 200-pound safety from Lewis Center, Ohio. He was committed to Clemson, and now he flips his mark.
Yeah, because why would you want to play in the ACC?
Exactly. 4-star linebacker and number 50 overall prospect, Sincere Johnson, has signed with the Ohio State Buckeyes.
I got a question. So, you know how whenever players do their little player intros in the NFL, they always have to say the Ohio State University. Do you think if they just say Ohio State, then they instantly just get removed as one of the alumni? It's just Jimmy Watson, the Ohio State University, Frank Frankson, Ohio State, and then everybody's like, you might as well have played for Michigan.
But last one that I have for the Ohio State Buckeyes is Chris Henry Jr., the number 1 ranked wide receiver.
Of course, the rich get richer.
Can I finish? The number 1 ranked wide receiver in the SC Next 300 class of 2026 will sign with your Ohio State Buckeyes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, look at me. I'm Ohio State. I get all the wide receivers. I get all the good wide receivers because we're known as wide receiver U, and then we're really, really good at them. And some of them go on to play for the Buccaneers.
Buddy, that
Go Bucks, not the Buckeyes. Seriously, if I end up going to an Ohio State game with you, I'm either wearing this or I'm getting an Emeka Egbuka Buccaneers jersey. I gotta wear the best team of all time.
But
yeah, no, not the Buccaneers. They're breaking my
heart. But I'll cover a couple more things. There's really a lot of commitments, and with the transfer portal coming up,
oh God, it's gonna be like the friggin' trade deadline.
I'm literally going to be putting in. I'm going to make another one for college football so that I can have every single transfer so that I can see it. But the final rankings did come out as of yesterday.
Here we go. I'm excited.
It is something huge.
Oh wait, should we cover the conference champions yet, or
if you want to cover the conference?
Well, no, I just didn't know if it would be a better move in. Never mind. Let's cover playoffs first because this is dope.
I was gonna say it's gonna be better to the playoffs are kind of outrank in my opinion the championships, even though some of the players are in or some of the champions are in here. Starting off at number 12 was the conference champions, James Madison University. They get the 12th and final spot in there. At number 11, you have the Tulane, I believe it is Green Waves. Ooh, hold on.
What?
So, breaking news. Here are the Heisman Trophy finalists.
Oh, here we go. All right.
We will get back to that here shortly.
Right after these messages.
So, Fernando Mendoza.
No surprise.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh, shut up.
Diego Pavia.
Ooh.
Jeremiah Love.
Of Notre Dame.
Yes. And Julian Saiyan. So this is
the Super Saiyan from
it's all
Ohio State Buckeyes.
It's all running backs.
Hey, you like what I did there?
Oh yeah. It's all running backs or all quarterbacks except for one. This is crazy.
It makes sense.
Yes. But back to what we were doing.
Yeah. What were we doing?
At number 10, ranked 10th in the bracket is Miami Hurricanes. This is something that Notre Dame has been on top or above them probably since the rankings came out the first time. And then the committee decides on the final weekend or on the final ranking, they decide to put Miami ahead.
We'll talk about Notre Dame. Don't you worry because it's
a
crazy.
Little. For me, I think it's stupid that they waited till the last one. They should have kept them in the whole time until something happened. At number 9 is who else? Alabama. Do I have to say anything?
Yeah. You have to say go back to your cousins.
Okay. At number 8, facing Alabama is the Oklahoma Sooners.
Oh, yeah.
That one's
Is
huge.
John Mateer back yet, or is he still dead?
Dead.
Injured.
I don't know. I think he is back.
Who knows?
Texas A&M is the number 7 spot. They are the 7th ranked team. They will be facing Miami at home. So
that's gonna be tough.
Texas A&M and Miami's gonna have a battle. With
yeah,
Texas.
but I mean, A&M, they've been a fantastic team this year. I mean, they went undefeated for most of it, and they're Miami, they're not a great team. I'm gonna be like they're not bad, but they're like okay, yeah. So they'll try to give Texas A&M a run for their money, but crazier things have happened in the college football mosh pit.
Yep. At ranked 6 is Ole Miss. They will face Tulane. And the final spot in the first round is ranked number 5, Oregon. They've been staying in the top 5 the whole time. I can't argue with that. The teams that will get a first round bye.
Strip off the Band-Aid and say the name.
3 of them are conference champions. 1 of them is not. At number 4 is the Big 12 champions, Texas Tech.
Texas Tech Red Raiders.
They will face the winner of James Madison and Oregon. At number 3 is the SEC champs, Georgia.
Georgia went back to back. They beat Alabama, and honestly, I was rooting for the Meteor, but I'll take this.
They will Georgia will face the winner of either Ole Miss or Tulane. At number 2 is the Ohio State University. I am not going to get into the Big Ten Championship because I'm going to absolutely rant for the rest of the episode. Ohio State will face the winner of either Texas A&M or Miami. And the final spot at number 1 is Indiana, the Big Ten champs.
Your Big Ten champions, Crimea River. Ironic the Buckeyes fans calling them cheaters. Continue. Sorry.
I was gonna say, do you want
I need to be nicer to you.
But
it was one hell of a game though.
So
you can't deny.
They will face the winner of Alabama and Oregon. And here's the funny part. There could be a rematch.
Wait. You mean
Alabama or Oklahoma, excuse me.
That's what I got confused because I was like, what the hell, is Oregon playing 2 games?
No. But
Dante Moore, you have your work cut out for you, my man.
But there is a possibility of 2 rematches here in true. Actually, technically 3 rematches in the college football playoffs. First off, you have a rematch of the 2002 national championship between Ohio State and Miami. There's a potential of that. You have a rematch.
Ohio State won that one, right?
Yes, we did. They also have a chance to rematch against Georgia, if you don't remember the last time, right at midnight of 2023. Or was it 2024?
It was 2023.
Yes, right at midnight of 2023. Ohio State missed a field goal.
Hey, I think I've seen that one before.
Don't you?
Right. Should I start running or?
Not yet. But we could also see a possible rematch of the Big Ten Championship in the national championship.
That would be crazy.
Because Ohio State and Indiana are not in the same area of the bracket. So Indiana has to get through whoever wins between Alabama and Oklahoma, and whoever wins between Texas Tech and whoever they have to face, and then they can get to the national championship.
If Ohio State doesn't make the national championship, should we go live and do our reactions? Because I think that would be kind of fun. I don't know. I think we should start going live more. It's fun.
We'll see. We're trying to figure out some stuff. Of course, we got to figure out
our shooting location because as of right now we are still doing this at his place,
I'm about to move to a different place. So
I'm working on trying to get like a room set up in my house for that kind of thing, and like I'll have a TV and everything. So we can probably do it at my place, but again, we'll get there. We'll get there. Just chill, folks. Chill.
So there are some teams that did not make it, but they did make a bowl game. However,
like Tennessee.
Yes. and Vanderbilt, who I think should have made it in. They have been dominant all year, and it's like they should have had one of those spots. But one of the two teams that are declining. No.
Okay.
One of the two teams that are declining a bowl game is Kansas State. Kansas State becomes one of the rare examples of a team opting out of a bowl game. Kansas State will they're not going to accept a bowl invite. The players voted to not play in a bowl game to end the season. Kansas State finished the season with a 6-6 record. Their head coach Chris Kleiman announced that he is retiring. They announced that they were hiring Colin Kine as head coach. So you got a head coach position open, and you're opting out of a bowl game.
But the other team that did, and this is the one that I'm just disgusted by, is Notre Dame. After not making it into the playoffs, Notre Dame is withdrawing its name from consideration for a bowl game and will not play again this season. This decision comes after the Fighting Irish did not make the 12-team college football playoffs. Cry me a freaking river and join a damn conference. Pathetic. So they ended up releasing the following statement. As a team, we have decided to withdraw our name from consideration for a bowl game following the 2025 season. We all appreciate the support from our families and fans, and we're hoping to bring the 12th national title to South Bend in 2026.
There you go.
Yeah, no, just shut up. So, them, not you. So, one of the things that I find so just lame about this is the fact that you didn't make it into the college football playoffs, okay? Boo-hoo. Why do you have to just start throwing a tantrum? All right, I'm sorry. I know I'm not a big Notre Dame guy. I don't have any big problems with them, but this is pathetic. You guys have to try to make yourselves the topic of every conversation. You don't really care about joining a freaking conference because we want to be independent, aka no conference just wants to deal with your BS. And now you're doing this? You're deprived. How many of those players are now going to have to be like, "Oh, I played my last game?" And not just them, the band, I saw this recently. Somebody was like, yeah, because now the band, the cheerleaders, all the people that worked for that organization in their senior year are now going to have to be like, oh, wow, that was my last game. You're robbing these kids of their last game with you, and that's a really low move. I think that's such a low maneuver. But you know what? I would not expect anything less from an organization of crybabies that, like I said, can't join a conference and also can't stop trying to make everything about them. Enjoy being alone and unloved, you annoying sacks of crap.
So,
Sportsball.
We're going to move on to the NFL. There was so much stuff with the commitments and everything, but we had to cover the majority of, I guess, the story.
Wait, I do have one more thing.
Okay.
In the FCS, Illinois State upset North Dakota State.
This is the first time in I think it's 5 or 6 years that I could be wrong. I know it's been a few years or so, but it's been a while since North Dakota State was knocked out of not being in the championship. So seeing that upset was just absolutely shocking. I had to fill out my bracket the next day I came into work.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is that it was looking like North Dakota State had finished the job because it was a 28-14 game, W for North Dakota State with 2 minutes and 44 seconds left in the fourth quarter, and Illinois State managed to come all the way back and beat North Dakota 29-8. Unbelievable.
29-8?
29-28. I'm stupid. 29-28. Honestly, I give all the credit to Connor McDavid. He was great in their bullpen, and he is going to lead them to the NBA Emirates Cup. Go Sportsball! But yeah, so unbelievable stuff. And yeah.
First thing that I have in the NFL, unfortunately for the Colts, defensive wise and offense, we'll cover that here shortly. their star cornerback, Sauce Gardner, he suffered a calf strain in last Sunday's, not yesterday's Sunday, but last Sunday's loss. It's considered week to week with hope he gets back during the regular season. It is not long term, but he'll miss some time. The unfortunate news for the offense is that Daniel Indiana Jones,
Danny Derps, Danny Dimes,
is out for the remainder of the season with a torn Achilles. I am screwed in my fantasy.
You are absolute. Who's your backup?
Jacoby Brissett.
You literally could not be more cooked right now, my friend. So
I do have more. I can pick up more.
You should pick up Shedeur Sanders.
Hell to the no.
I mean, hey, speaking of Shedeur, he is going to be the starter for the rest of the season. He hasn't been that bad. All right, I know you hate to hear it, but he has not been that bad. Also, this is pretty interesting. So this is what I saw a minute ago that made me go like, the Colts are set to bring in 44 potential Hall of Fame quarterback Phillip Rivers. They are working him out. I'm sorry, your guy just got injured and had his ACL destroyed, and you want to bring in an old guy? Are you on crack? I don't know. Phillip Rivers was really good, and I like Phillip Rivers. I think really I am a Phillip Rivers fan. Why am I craving barbecue right now?
I don't know.
Anyway, so continuing onwards. Speaking of quarterbacks that are out for the season, Kyler Murray is gone. Kyler Murray is going to be out for a foot injury, and is it possible that we are seeing the end of him in Arizona? Because he's been he's been pretty mediocre, and it sucks because as a first overall pick, you have insane expectations put on you, and Murray, he hasn't been great. So. And I mean, look at Brissett. Brissett's honestly been a lot better than I think people give him credit for.
That's why I'm saying
he's been very accurate.
At least I got Jacoby Brissett as my backup. He's been doing pretty good.
I trade just need Cam Ward.
No.
Good, because I don't have him anymore.
I know you don't. That's why I said no. It's because you don't have him. But he's been doing pretty good. I wouldn't be surprised if Arizona tries to either get rid of him or Kyler Murray has to be traded. So
I heard somebody say that the Cardinals should try to go quarterback in the next draft. What do you think?
Maybe if the quarterbacks were, if there was decent quarterbacks to put up top, the only ones that you got are possibly Diego Pavia. That would be
and Mendoza because he's been pretty good. Like I've been hearing him go in the top 10, but like I mean like Pavia and Mendoza, and that's honestly Sand's not.
Well, wait, he's got one more.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So like. I mean, draft eligible wise, I mean, Lenore Sellers has been pretty disappointing. I don't know if Dante Moore is going to go that high. I mean, again, I'll have to see. I'll look at some mock drafts and look at like current projections soon. But as of right now, I'm just not. I don't know, man. I don't know because there are a lot of other teams that could use a quarterback. I mean, I've been seeing Mendoza being favored by the Jets and by the Raiders, and I think either of those choices would be pretty good because I mean. Taylor sucks, Fields sucks, and the Jets need a good quarterback. But it's the New York Jets. They're like the Cleveland Browns. Like man, like they constantly have struggled developing quarterbacks, and you can't deny this. You can give me all the dirty looks you want, but you can't say that I'm wrong here. And I think the Raiders could definitely use a good quarterback too because Geno Smith is god awful. They don't really have great backups and stuff like that. So I really think Mendoza would be pretty good in New York or in Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that. In other news, there have been some eliminations.
First one that I have here is the Kansas City Chiefs are eliminated from AFC West contention. This is the first time a new divisional champion in the AFC West will be crowned. First time since 2015, almost a decade ago.
We used to pray for times like this.
Okay, you don't need to be that loud.
What was it? Oh, sorry. Anyway, but for actual playoff eliminations, the first one that I have are the Washington Commander Skins football team. I mean,
they started out really good at first with their team, and then they started tanking later on.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of it had to do with Jaden Daniels. I mean, you know, he kind of it felt like he was losing his confidence, and then he just fell apart. Like, I mean, injury wise. I mean, I already had my rant about Dan Quinn being an idiot and why he should not why he should not have been at all on that field, but I will hold off on that. It really does suck, but and looking at their
future draft picks.
At the upcoming NFL draft, they have their first, their third, their fifth. They have 2 sixths, one of them from San Francisco, and they have a 7th rounder. So it's a damn shame, man. Because I was liking the direction Washington was going in, but you know, maybe they're just gonna have to get some stuff figured out.
Okay. As you lose your phone.
As I chuck it at you because I'm angry.
Yeah, so the next team that has been eliminated from playoff contention is the Atlanta Falcons. There was no doubt.
Yeah.
You could see that coming from a mile away, and it wasn't hard to see, especially this next team that I've got.
Yeah. I mean, Michael Penix has been really messy. It's starting to look more and more like, it was in fact actually a giant mistake for them to get him. Nothing was really working out. Like, Bijan was okay. Drake London got injured. It's not
helping out. And it's not helping out for this team either. For the 15th consecutive year.
And you thought the Sabres were bad.
The Jets will not make the playoffs.
Jets, Jets suck.
Wait until you hear this. That drought is the longest for any team among the 4 major North American sports league. So that includes the MLB, the NFL, the NBA, and the NHL.
Imagine being more poverty than the Sabres. That's humiliating.
It is absolutely crazy, but it is something that there was no doubt that was going to happen as I get a cold breeze coming up my backside.
Where?
It's below me.
Oh! So, and I mean, this year was just like consistent mess after consistent mess. I mean, they benched Justin Fields. They willingly benched him for Tyrod freaking Taylor. Then they traded Sauce Gardner. They traded Quinnen Williams, who's been great, but I think they have a bit to look forward to in this draft because they got a crap ton. They have 2 first rounders, one from Indianapolis and one of their own. Then they have 2 first rounders, one of them from
you mean second rounders?
They have 2 second rounders. I'm sorry. So 2 first rounders, 2 second rounders, one of them from Dallas. They have their 4th round pick. Then they have a 5th round pick as a compensation pick. Then they have a 6th rounder, and they have 4 7th round picks.
The problem is they needed to get more of the first 5 instead of the last 7.
Yeah, because they have one from the Titans, one from Buffalo, then they have 2 compensations, which they have a lot of players that are going to be coming in soon. They have a lot of players coming in. Unless they make like a trade, but we will have to see. So there is that, and unfortunately for my good buddy Ronald McDonald over here, the Cleveland Browns have been eliminated. So they drafted a crap ton of players, but I will say this: I'm gonna say there's hope here because they have some solid pieces. Like Samson's been pretty good. Judkins has been pretty good.
Oh yeah,
Sanders is starting to show talent
a little bit. Yeah,
but I know you're happy about your boy Quinshon. Then of course Mason Graham. He's been spectacular on that defense.
Kind of surprising for me. I was not expecting him to do that well.
Is it really? Putting aside your bias for Michigan.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
that's
really?
what I'm saying.
Okay, but
putting it aside, as much as I do not like the college that he came from, it's still I didn't have really that big of expectations expectations for him only because he's coming in as a rookie and not a lot of times do you see rookies do very well, especially on defensive line, but he surprised me a little bit more, So it's crazy.
Then of course you have Carson Schweizinger. Some guy named Carson. He's been a beast.
Oh yeah,
he's been a beast, and he's looked at as one of the top defensive rookie of the year players. and of course there's a lot of talk about possibly Kevin Stefanski getting fired. Ron, what are your thoughts on that?
I don't know. I can't really. He doesn't need to get fired because he has no. Yes, he does have a say in all this, but at the same time, you need to look at the GM first. Haslam's get the heck out of Cleveland. Give control to us. Like give control to somebody else that can actually make options better than what you have done. I mean, we don't need another quarterback. We need somebody.
So you're admitting Shedeur is good. You're admitting you're wanting to keep Shedeur.
I'm not saying Shedeur is good. I'm not saying Deshaun Watson is good.
Of course, we're not saying Deshaun Watson is good, because if he was, I'd quit the podcast and punch you in the face.
I would say more. Dylan Gabriel has shown a little bit more than Shedeur has. Shedeur has gotten lucky these past few times.
Okay, whatever you want to say. And here's the thing, you know that I was loving clowning on Shedeur, and I don't know if I've told the folks this, but after Cleveland selected him, the first thing I did was call Ron, and just like with what I mentioned earlier with the Big Ten Championship, this man started crashing. I was like, why did we pick him? And I'm just sitting there in my backyard like... Anyway, just knocking out a few other things real quick. First and foremost, veteran defensive end Jason Pierre-Paul is signing with the Buccaneers practice squad. Pierre-Paul, 36, returns to Tampa Bay for a second stint as he eyes a postseason run with the Bucs. He won the Super Bowl with us in 2021. And this makes sense because our defense is trash. Just, it's a mess, and honestly, I think him coming back could help. Do I think he's gonna immediately make us like Super Bowl contenders? God no, but I'm willing to give it a shot. So
it could be something to help y'all. Who knows?
Yeah.
Speaking of defensive ends, Bengals defensive end Trey Hendrickson, after his whole fiasco and everything, finally got the team. Whatever. Is set to undergo core muscle surgery this week. That is expected to sideline him approximately 6 weeks per sources. Hendrickson initially suffered the injury during Week 6 against Green Bay and pushed to play 2 weeks later against the Jets. This injury has not improved with advised rest and team rehab, and now will need to be addressed. So this might hurt Cincinnati on the edge a lot more.
To put it blunt, to put it very, very lightly.
You're screwed.
Yeah.
This one I think is pretty. It's a good move.
Yeah. So the Ravens have signed tight end Mark Andrews to a 3-year, $39.3 million contract, and that includes $26 million guaranteed the team. And now, so
I think it's it was supposed to be an extension, I believe, and they finally got it. Which is good.
Like, I do think this is a good move because yes, he messed up last year against Buffalo, but he's a good tight end.
He technically messed up twice because he also messed up when they did the rematch or it was a different time when they did it.
Right, and the final thingamajig, Bob.
The final one that I have here is that the Steelers have claimed former Vikings wide receiver Adam Thielen.
So I guess he's not. I guess he isn't retiring. How about that?
Well, it's a good thing. I mean, they did release him, so
yeah.
But,
all right, so that's it for today, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please like, comment, subscribe, turn on notifications. Just run as you usually say, beat the crap out of the bell.
Yes.
Until it it's like, all right, fine, I'll tell you when they're uploading next. But yeah. Thank y'all for watching. Tell your friends and go sports. Woo!